Hi guys, Chris here, and you are watching Here We Are Running. Welcome back. Day 3 of the Watopia Run Festival, and today we're doing the 10K. Now, for anybody who joined on the previous days, we did the 5K on Monday. We did the half marathon yesterday. And I've got to admit, I felt like I'd put a lot more effort in yesterday than I should have for the pace I was running. I think that was mainly due to the heat that I had in this room yesterday. When I got off the treadmill at the end of yesterday's run, I looked at the thermometer at the other side of the room, and it was 25 degrees Celsius, which is 77 degrees Fahrenheit. That is quite warm to be running a half marathon here. So we've made sure that the room tonight is nice and cool. We've got the fan on setting 2, and I think that will be enough. And we aren't going to run this flat out or anything. What we're going to do, the aim for the run tonight is to run it and pace myself so that I keep my heart rate in heart rate zone 2 for the majority of the run, and to just see what sort of pace that will deliver, really. So thanks everyone for coming back and watching. So Kim, good evening to you. And yes, legs are okay now. They certainly felt it after yesterday though, and but they're okay now. But it's going to help me certainly to get through the rest of the week, really, by making this one an easier pace run. Hi Joe, thanks for coming back. Yeah, yesterday was certainly a little bit tough. Yeah, and Michael, thank you for joining again. So anybody that's watching, if you want to interact with others in the chat or interact with me, ask me any questions you've got, then drop your question into the chat. I'll do my best to answer, and hopefully don't get so exhausted tonight. Enjoy it a little bit more. So, we better switch because we are going to be off soon. So we've just under a minute to go. So quite a lot of runners going to be taking part in this 10K tonight. Obviously a distance and a time that people are keen to take part in this. We'll probably see a lot of people go off fast at the beginning. But as I say, for me, it's about keeping that heart rate under control. You can see the zones and the heart rate up in the corner there. So you can see I'm in just zone 1 at the moment. So blue and green are good. That's what we want to try and stick to for the majority of the run. And here we go. So how is everybody tonight? How's your day been? Everyone doing good? And is there anybody out watching today? It's your first time watching this week. Let us know, say hello. Or maybe you watched some of the other runs but couldn't get to watch it live, and tonight you're watching it live. Great to have you on board. Appreciate there's some other running live streams going on tonight as well, so thank you for coming and watching here. I'll be doing some replays after this, catch up with some of the other ones. So if you are new and you're watching this live stream for the first time, you probably haven't heard too much about what I'm doing this week. This is my first time this week streaming on Zwift, and I'm aiming to do every distance of race that they have as part of the Watopia Run Festival. I read up that this is the 4th time they've done the Watopia Run Festival. I took part in the last one, which was earlier in the year. This is the 4th one, and it takes place throughout the week, and they have distances ranging from 1 mile up to a marathon. So as I say, we've done the 5k, we've done the half marathon, we're doing the 10k this evening, and then we've got the 1 mile, which I'm looking forward to. I think that's going to be good fun tomorrow evening. So if you can join for that, obviously that will be a shorter race, a shorter live stream, and that's taking place an hour later than this evening's. And then we have a rest day Friday, and on Saturday afternoon for me, UK time, is the current plan. We are going to attempt a marathon. So I've not run a marathon on a treadmill before, so that will be an interesting thing. Hi AJ, thanks for joining again. Yeah, I was just saying that legs are feeling okay. They were tired last night certainly, and this morning, but they're doing good now. But we're taking this one easy. We're pacing it, keeping it to heart rate zone 1 and 2. So I'm in 1 at the moment. You can see that it's colours blue up in the corner there. We're going to stick to 1 and 2 tonight if we can, and then maybe we'll do a kind of progressive speed up towards the end. But certainly this run tonight, this race is going to be about active recovery, let's call it, from yesterday's run, which certainly took a lot more out of me than I was expecting it to. Hi Charlie. Yeah, treadmill marathon. Yeah. I don't know how confident I am that I'm going to actually complete it, but we'll see. We'll give it a go. We'll see how far we get, and if anyone wants to watch it, Saturday afternoon UK time, dip in and out as you feel, if you'd like to. There will definitely need to be a hydration and nutrition plan for that one, and I need to make sure I get the temperature in this room right for it as well. Okay, so at 10 kilometers per hour and 6 minutes per kilometer pace, we are sort of high end of zone 1, low end of zone 2. I think we just dipped into zone 2 briefly there, back into zone 1 now. Hi Claire, welcome back. Half marathon time yesterday was, I think it was 1 hour 48 something, nearly 1 hour 49. So I think we just went under 1 hour 49. So originally we were pacing it and we were doing 5 minute per kilometre pace for it. Went over halfway at that speed, and then I felt that I wasn't going to maintain that without having to run a lot of it, probably in zone 5 heart rate. It was already up to zone 4 at that stage, and it remained at zone 4 even though we brought the pace down. So we did slow down, but yeah, we came in around that 1 hour 48 something, I think. Thanks Michael for following me on Strava. Yeah, if anyone else wants to, the links in the descriptions of all my videos for the Strava, for my Strava profile, and also there is a Here We Are Running, what do they call it, club on Strava as well. So feel free to join that. Yes, Charlie, I think marathons are always very much based on a mental strength, aren't they? But yeah, on a treadmill, certainly is going to be. The thought of running twice as far on the treadmill as I did yesterday evening is a little bit daunting, but I just need to really sort of pace it correctly, I think. And as I say, hydrate properly. Reminds me actually I need to get some energy gels in. Probably will need it for that. Hi Catherine, thanks for joining again. Yeah, you're watching me again, 3rd night in a row, eh? Okay, so you ran this morning, right? That's fine. It's a 1 mile tomorrow. So if you want to do the 1 mile in the dinosaur costume, that's taking place tomorrow, an hour later than we started today. Yeah, it was very hot in here yesterday evening. I don't know what's going on. I need to work on that a little bit. And it just goes to show though what heat does for us when we're not used to it. You know, we're in the UK here, it's obviously the winter. It's not it is a mild winter at the moment, but it's very different to the summer temperatures where we were running 25 degrees Celsius outside in the summer. Our body's got used to that, but still, it does affect your performance. So we're back to kind of, in here at the moment, it's probably about 17 degrees Celsius, around that, which is the more comfortable, more what I'm used to for running on the treadmill. I'm also having to be quite careful and remember to eat earlier this week doing these races. So try to eat at least 2 hours before the race starts, which would be earlier than I'm used to normally. Nice one, Joe. Outdoor run 10k this morning, well done. So doing this run festival this week is certainly helping me in terms of moving up the levels in Zwift. So if you joined me for the first one, I was on level 12 and we moved up through level 12 and I think we went into level 13 either. Was it at the end of the 5k or was it yesterday? I can't remember now, but it was fairly recent and we're already approaching kind of, you can see from that orange bar, halfway through level 13. So certainly by the time we've done the marathon, we will be up to level 14, I would say. Yes, Catherine, you should definitely get organised. You've got a whole day to get organised for it. And it is only a mile. So Michael, I have been running since the summer of 2016. So relatively speaking, not that long. But I used to be a reasonable runner when I was at school as a kid, and then I just left it all behind, and I was getting to a time in my life where I wasn't that fit, wasn't doing much, and I needed to. So I thought, yeah, why not try and get into it. Had a few failed attempts, wanted to be able to run 5k without stopping. Wish I'd known about the sort of couch to 5k plan back in them days. I didn't, just went and did it my own way. But then I did take myself along to the local park run and ran it in just under 30 minutes and went back the next week, really enjoyed it. Went back the week after that, took my son along with me, and it just evolved from there really. So I got into it through park run. After about half a year, I made my way up to being able to run a 10k, and then I think it was probably about just over a year before I ran my first half marathon. Again, the local one here in Reigate, and then trying to think when it was now that I did the first marathon in Brighton. Not last year, the year before. So that was 2018, wasn't it? So that kind of describes my running journey. But no, I really love it. Have managed to kind of build up the distance. Have managed to run more frequently without getting injured. I've gone through some injuries. I used to have sort of one injury per year that took me out for a number of weeks, and there's no wood to touch, but if there was, I'd say touch wood. I haven't had an injury now for probably about a year and a half. And of course we're all missing parkrun. It would be good to see that back when things can permit it, but I just feel that with parkrun they can't easily change the way in which they organise it, and certainly the way things are at the moment in many countries, you couldn't possibly put on an event like that in a safe way. Oh, Catherine, you don't get parkrun in Spain at all? That's a shame. I wonder why, because it's you know, it's very, very popular in the UK, but there are other countries, including warmer ones like South Africa, Australia, where parkrun's really popular. It hasn't really taken off in the States, from what I understand. There are a number of parkruns in the States, but given the size of the country, there are only, you know, still quite a large number. So, so you can see now that I'm in, and I'm running now, and will continue to run, no doubt, in heart rate zone 2. I'm not actually sure what it goes up, what the number is that it will take to go up to zone 3. But see how we go. We're running this obviously a very comfortable, easy pace for me at the moment, which is exactly what I need. Oh, that's a great question from Robert there. Thanks for joining, Robert. So he's going for a half marathon PB in 2021. Thinks he can probably only manage 3 runs a week. So what sort of runs would I recommend? So let me ask you a couple of questions first. What's your current half marathon PB? How often do you run that sort of distance? Have you run more than that distance before? Do you normally do shorter distances than that? So how experienced, I guess, are you at running half marathons? And yeah, and what's your current PB? What sort of time are you around at the moment? Okay, so Robert has replied. So he's on a 1 hour 47, and at the moment aiming to go 1 hour 45, great target. And he's done about 8 of them, okay. And 1 marathon. Okay, that's so 8, that's pretty good. But mainly doing less distance. Okay, so I can imagine maybe you need to sort of maybe build up to the half marathon distance again. Maybe you haven't done one for a while, particularly as there aren't a lot of races on at the moment. So I would say definitely one of your runs per week should be a long run. And if you're putting together a training plan, you know, build that long run up over the course of the weeks of your training plan, so that you're getting to. And you don't have to do this. You don't have to up your long runs up to half marathon distance. I've done that before. I've gone to half marathon distance for the long runs ahead of the actual race. You don't need to do that. certainly don't do that normally in a marathon training plan, and the same kind of applies for half marathon training, but certainly get a long run in there, whatever day suits you best. Obviously most people do it at the weekend because they get more time. It doesn't have to be. I would probably then have an easier run day where you're running whatever, you know, kind of, for me, I would probably do a run of maybe 10k during the week, but at easy pace. And then I would do one run where I was doing some form of speed work. And I might put a bit of speed into the long run, maybe halfway through the training plan. So yeah, that's, I think, how I would approach it if I was only doing 3 runs a week. Now, when I trained for my original half marathons, that was the sort of number of runs I was doing. 3 runs, sometimes 4 runs a week. Nowadays, I run more frequently than that. Normally 5 or 6 runs a week. But yeah, I would say if you're doing 3 runs a week, one of them a speed session, whether that's intervals, whether that's hills, a tempo run, a progression run, something where that, you know, that's the one that you try to use to get you faster. And then make sure you've got some easy pace in there, and the long run, which for the long run, do the majority of it at an easier pace. But as I say, you might want to consider putting in a bit of speed, or picking up the speed maybe towards the end, or having a period during it just where you're getting your legs to move faster, having run quite a bit of distance before that point in the run. That's how I'd approach it. Caveat, I'm not a coach. I'm just going by my own personal experience. So hopefully that gives you some, well, a view of how I would do it anyway. So we're starting to approach 4 kilometers. And you can see there the heart rate has, each kilometer it's gone up. It's not going up, it's just going up gradually. So that's fine. No problem, Robert. Glad to sort of share, and glad that you enjoy the channel. Guys, if you are enjoying the content this week, and particularly tonight, if you wouldn't mind hitting that thumbs up button in YouTube to give it a like. All helps with the algorithm. Oh, that's the Christmas tree with the lights on. I think somebody pointed that out yesterday. I suspect they've got lots of them in Zwift at the moment, but yeah. You can see that on both sides of the road at the moment. Thanks, Chris from Australia. So for anyone that's joined and wasn't here at the start, we're taking this much easier tonight. If you were here yesterday and saw that I struggled a little bit in the second half of that half marathon, it was extremely warm in this room, and I think that affected me quite badly. So tonight, we've got a cooler room, we've got the fan on high, and we are trying to keep the heart rate in the lower 2 zones. You can see at the moment I'm running in zone 2, and that's the aim, to run the majority of this in the zone 1, zone 2 heart rate zones. That's the first time I noticed them, Joe, those Christmas trees with the lights on. Running at a slower speed tonight, maybe I've got more time to look around. So we're in one of the underwater tunnels at the moment, as you can see. Hi Stephen, thanks for joining. So Michael's asking what's the plan for the mile tomorrow? Yes, I am going to go and try and run that one faster. It's only a mile, isn't it? 4 laps of the track. I think they do it on the track in the dinosaur costumes. So we'll try and run a fast one. I don't know what my fastest mile is on Zwift. So we'll try and see if we can beat it, even though we don't know what it is. So Stephen is watching 2 streams at once. That's very clever. I was thinking if I could get any other screens up here, but I don't think it would work very well. And I can see that actually Stephen Cuns is just 2 places ahead of me up the road. But we are controlling our pace tonight, and I know if I caught him up, I would probably go into zone 3. So I'm trying to stick into zone 2. So Stephen must also be taking it easy though, because he's a very fast runner. So we don't have Dan or Ben or Chris, that running guide. They're not with us tonight. They are doing their own live stream. That's another one that's taking place that I'll have to watch back again afterwards. But they're just sitting in their rooms talking. This is where it's at when we're running, eh? So Chris wants me to catch him up. Let's see what we do near the end, yeah? I know if I do it now, I'm going to go into zone 3. Alright, he's also kind of using it for recovery then, Catherine, okay. We'll see if we catch him up in a little while, yeah? So Catherine is switching across all of the live streams currently taking place. Very impressive. Do you have all the windows up on your different windows, all running YouTube all at the same time? So this is the thing I don't understand on Zwift sometimes. He's clearly ahead. Now what's it saying? The next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people, as well as 2 people behind me, it's not saying how far ahead or behind they are. It's just saying it's 0, which can't be right because I can't even see him. So hopefully that isn't a sign of a Zwift technical issue. I think I was running last week and did have a technical issue on Zwift where the run carried on and there were still other people that I could see in the race or run that I was doing. But it had clearly lost its connection to Zwift in some way because it didn't upload automatically afterwards. I had to restart everything before I could get it up there. So yeah, I hope that isn't happening today. Yes, Catherine, you should, but do it tomorrow. So if you see me reaching over for this a few times during the live stream, what I'm doing is there's a box on the TV that keeps appearing every now and then. So it's a smart TV. It's all about this Internet of Things. And something is trying to connect to the TV. It doesn't tell me what, it just asks me whether I want to allow it or deny it. I definitely don't want to allow it. I don't want to deny it either because it could be part of my setup and in denying it I might find that something horribly goes wrong with this. So I'm just having to close the box each time. But then a number of minutes later it appears again. So that's what that's all about if you see me using the remote on the TV. So if you are watching Stephen's live stream, what's his showing? How far behind is his showing that I am? So that guy that just overtook me, he is not in the race. That's why you didn't see my position change or anything. He's just running on his own. And I know that because he's not got the Watopia Run Festival top on. Whereas this guy is in the race. And as you saw there, my position changed. So he's running faster. Thanks, Chris, for the ride on. Hi, Harry. Welcome along again. Yeah, we're taking it easy tonight, Harry, after last night's harder than I was intending half marathon. So we've been doing most of this at easy pace, 6 minutes per kilometre. We may speed up a little bit in a moment, but we're trying to keep to heart rate zone 2 and below. We're in 2 at the moment, but we are creeping up as the distance increases, so is the heart rate. So if you've seen the running track in ZWIFT in Watopia, that is it, just over there on the right hand side. You can see people running around 400 metre track. And that's where we'll be tomorrow evening for the 1 mile race, I believe. And as I say, we're going to run that a lot faster than what we're doing tonight. I know some of you are interested in the shoes I'm wearing this week, so we have changed shoes again. As I knew I wasn't going to be running fast tonight, I've gone for the Brooks Adrenaline GTS 21s, mainly because of all my road shoes, they were the cleanest. So temperature control here is much better tonight. Really comfortable in here. Okay, question for you guys then. What's your best running moment of 2020? Whether it's a race, whether it's a time trial, whether it's just something you've done in training, some new achievement that you've had. What would you say is your best running moment of 2020? That's brilliant, Michael. So Michael ran his first marathon on his 41st birthday. Great job. Was that an actual organised race, or was that as your own marathon? Oh yeah, you couldn't go up to 41k and then stop. Solo effort, even more impressive then. So Claire did Cambridge Half on the 8th of March, running through middle of King's College. And all the bells are ringing. Brilliant. That must have been good. Never run that one. Sounds a nice one though to run. It goes right through the university area of Cambridge. Well, let's just hope, Michael, we can do Manchester Marathon next October. Yes, Joe, of course it was. I forgot all about the fact that even before lockdown and the pandemic hit, races were being cancelled because of bad weather. I do feel for the event organisers, the companies. Most of them are very small companies that survive on a shoestring anyway. Only a very few are really big companies and that can, have the reserves to weather this. I think, well, I've certainly seen some of the smaller companies being sold off, going out of business. Just hope enough of them can survive through this to we're able to get doing proper events again. Wow, Catherine, I don't know what to comment on that. 101 kilometres running a 110 metre route up and down your garden. That's incredible. And yeah, I also enjoyed doing that virtual London Marathon. Certainly something very different. And just so great to see so many people out supporting it in what we had here, which was really bad weather. For me, I think I've got two really memorable occasions this year, or achievements that I'm most happiest about. The half marathon PB that I did, and when I ran my first ultra marathon distance run, which was 50k on the trails. Bit like you, Michael, I set off not meaning to do that, and then thought maybe I'll do a marathon distance. When I turned about at half marathon distance, started running back, and then thought, if I tag a little bit extra on now to this, I'll actually get up to 50k, so that's what I did on that one. Yeah, I think it's just up the road there. You can see him now. So those guys in those turquoise tops, they're doing the Run Academy, they're not doing the Run Academy, they're doing the Try Academy, which started a bit later and finishes a bit later than the Run Academy that us runners did. Yes, Michael, it does. Always looking for that new challenge. There were certainly some crazy things, Joe, that went on at the beginning of lockdown. That is sure. And that's probably one of the craziest ones. So, kilometres to go. Still in heart rate zone 2, which is good. And this is just what my body and legs needed for tonight. Thanks, Joe. It's going well, this, isn't it? So we'll run the final half a kilometre with Stephen. We'll match his pace. So Claire, ever since I bought a heart rate strap, and I bought it because the heart rate on the watch was it was too spiky, wasn't accurate enough. And I often found that what I thought was my easy pace, my heart rate was way too high for it to be really easy pace. So I bought the heart rate strap purely and simply to run at a pace where my heart rate wasn't elevated. And I think that certainly helped me to improve across the course of the last year. It was about a year ago that I bought the heart rate strap. Before that, I just used the heart rate on the watch. Charlie, I'm thinking I'm probably not going to remember its name. There may be a link to it in the description on my videos, so have a look there. Begins with C. It's not one of the well-known brands. I would call it a kind of budget heart rate strap, but it's very lightweight. It's a really sort of small one and quite lightweight, so you notice it a lot less when you're running. And as I say, I've been using it pretty much every run for the last year, never had any problems with it. Just changed the battery maybe twice, but not because I needed to perhaps change it. Sorry, I needed to change the battery, but I needed to change it because I had left the heart rate monitor attached to the strap, therefore it continued to use the battery up. If you just take it off every time you run, the battery lasts for ages. That's the one. Joe's put it there. Right, we can see the finishing line coming up there, guys. And we're going to finish in just around an hour. There we go. 1 hour and 4 seconds I made that. Thank you, AJ. Just what we needed tonight, that one. Nice easy run, 10k at heart rate zone 2 and 1. Thanks, Catherine. Thanks, Kim. Thank you, Joe. Thanks, Charlie. So, you're going to see me for the marathon, great. And for everyone, just remember, we've got 2 more runs coming up. So we've got the 1 mile tomorrow, and we've got that's an hour later start than today. So right about now time, tomorrow. And then we've got the marathon on Saturday afternoon, 4 p.m. UK time that starts. We'll go live about 5 minutes before. Okay. Right, guys, thanks ever so much for watching again. Really do appreciate it. If you haven't already hit the thumbs up button, if you could do that, that'd be great. Give it a like. And for those that are joining tomorrow, I shall see you then. But for now, guys, goodbye.